Okay, sir.
Start, sir.
Good morning, students. Welcome to webinar classes, subject botany, conducting by Telangana Residential Educational Institutions Society. This is E. Srikanth, botany lecturer from Sangam Lakshmibai, TSRJC, Vikarabad. Students, in previous classes, in first year botany, you learned about diversity, morphology, reproduction, plant systematics, cell structure and function, and anatomy means internal organization of plants. These are the topics you learned in previous sessions. Students, this is the last unit in your first year botany. The unit name is plant ecology. Plant ecology. So, what is the unit name? Plant ecology. This is the last unit in your first year botany. And in this unit, the chapter is ecological adaptation, succession, and ecological services. This is a chapter present in this unit. So, let us see what are the chapters present in this, what are the topics present in these chapters. First, introduction, and the second, plant relations, third, plant succession, fourth, ecological services. Due to the pandemic situations, in this year, two topics were deleted from this chapter. Those were plant succession and ecological services. These are the two topics deleted from the syllabus in this year due to corona pandemic situations. Okay, students. So, what is our unit? Unit name is plant ecology. What is chapter? Ecological adaptation, succession, and ecological services. Okay, this is our chapter. Let us see what about introduction of ecology. Okay, students, see here, introduction. So, ecology means, ecology is a term which consists of two words, ecos and logos. Ecos and logos. Ecology is a term consists of two words, ecos and logos. Ecos means environment, nothing but ecosystem. Logos means study, which means study about environment or also ecosystem, also ecosystems. Okay, that is, what is ecology, Nana? The study about environment or ecosystems. What is environment? Environment means group of ecosystems. That is environment, nothing but our surrounding. Our surrounding, which consists of some numerous ecosystems. It is nothing but environment. What is ecosystem? Ecosystem means the interaction between biotic components and abiotic components known as ecosystem. What is ecosystem? The interaction between biotic components and abiotic components known as ecosystem. What are biotic components? Plants, animals, and microorganisms. These are the biotic components. What are abiotic components? Water, air, soil. These three are abiotic components. Okay, students. So what is ecology? Ecology is the study. It deals with the environment or ecosystem. Also nothing but it deals with the interaction between biotic components and abiotic components. The first ecology term given by A.G. Tonsley. Was that? The A.G. Tonsley first time given the term of ecology. Who given the term ecology? A.G. Tonsley. Okay. So questions. Father of ecology. N. Jane Odom. He also popularly known as father of ecology. The father of Indian ecology, Ramdev Mishra. Was that? The Ramdev Mishra, popularly known as father of Indian ecology. Father of world ecology, modern ecology, was N. Jane Odom. Was that? N. Jane Odom. Okay. And each ecosystem has 4 stages. Each ecosystem has 4 stages. Each ecology includes with 4 stages of biological systems. There are 4 stages are there in every ecosystem Those are, the first one is organisms, population, community, biomes. Organism, population, and biomes. So let us see what is organism, what is population, what is community, what is biome. What are these, Nana? These are the 4 stages present in ecology, or nothing but in environment, or nothing but in ecosystem. How many stages are there? 4 stages are there. What were they? Organism, population, community, biome. Let us see. Organism. What is organism? Organism has life and perform some biological or metabolic activities like respiration, digestion, photosynthesis, or any other metabolic activities. That is called organism. What is organism? It has life and perform biological activities. That is called as what? That is called as what? Organism. So, group of some similar organisms belongs to the same species present in particular area is known as population. Population means what, Nana? In any area, it has some different types of organisms. In that area, the group of similar organisms belongs to same species known as population. For example, this is the one area. In this area, different types of organisms are present. Some are parrots, some are rats, cats, dogs, whatever it may be. Different type of organisms are present. In this, all dogs are belongs to the one population. All parrots are belongs to the one population. Okay, because those same species. Okay, that is called as what? Population. Important or not? Most important, group of similar organisms belongs to same species present in particular area is known as what, Nana? Population. For example, parrot population, neem trees population, because all are belongs to the same species. Community. So community means what? Group of population belong to different species in particular area. What is that, Nana? Group of population belongs to different species. Underline this word, Nana. Important. This is, what is that? He mentioned some specially different species. Group of population belongs to different species in particular area is known as community. For example, this is one area. In this area, dog population is present, cats population is present, rats population is present, neem trees population is present, mango trees population is present. Different populations are present in this area. All these populations are combined together known as community. Okay, what is that? Community. Got it, Nana? Most important, what is population and community? Once again, I'm repeating you guys. See, what is population? Group of similar organisms belongs to same species. Keep it in mind, this word, same species. Belongs to same species in particular area is known as population. Group of population belongs to the different species in particular area is known as community. Okay, is known as community. Okay, so for example, this is about biomes. Group of some communities. Group of some communities. That is known as biomes. So this is about what, Nana? This is about organism and population and community and biomes. Organisms, population, community and biomes. See, these are the definitions about organism, population, community and biomes. So let us see. Based on the, so see, Nana, there are two, based on the ecology dealing, there are two types of branches are there in ecology, Nana. How many branches are there? Two types. One is plant ecology and animal ecology. Animal ecology. In plant ecology, which deals with the about plants. Animal ecology deals with the about animals. Animals distribution and their habitat and different types of animals. Those are the present in animal ecology. Plant means plant distributions, plant habitat, and types of plants. Yes. In this, based on the living places, plants are three types, Nana. Based on the which property, Nana? Based on the living place. Plants are three types. Those are halophytes, heliophytes, zeophytes. Halophytes, heliophytes, zeophytes. Halophytes means what? Lives in salinity area or in marine water. Salinity area means what, Nana? In salt condition. In salt condition. That is salinity area. What is that? Salinity area means what? Salt condition. So what are the examples for halophytes? Rhizopora and Avicennia. Rhizopora and Avicennia. Heliophytes lives in direct sunlight area. Lives in direct sunlight area. So our surrounding plants are all belongs to the heliophytes because they are grows under the direct sunlight area. For example, mango, neem, maize, tea, and different types of ficus. Means these are the plants or trees present in our surroundings. All are belongs to the, mostly all are belongs to the heliophytes. Zeophytes lives in shady condition. Shady means shadow. Okay. So example, monstera plants. Monstera plants. Okay, what is that? Monstera plants. So important now this one. So based on the which property? Based on the living place property. Three types of plants. The plants which are grown under the salinity condition known as the halophytes. Example, Rhizopora and Avicennia. The plants which are grown in or lives in direct sunlight area is known as heliophytes, example mango and neem. The plants which are grown in shady conditions known as Ceophytes, example Monstera plants. Example Monstera plants. And after this, the famous scientist was Eugene Warming. He was Eugene Warming. He belongs to the Danish, a famous Danish scientist. He was Eugene Warming. He classified the plant communities into 3 groups. Famous ecologist, he was Eugene Warming. Yes, he classified the all plant communities present on the earth into how many groups? 3 groups. Those were hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes. The plants which are grown in high water area or in water, known as the hydrophytes. The plants which are grown in medial conditions, not in high water, not in less water, medial conditions, known as mesophytes. The plants which are grown in water scarcity area or water less availability area, known as xerophytes. According to whom? According to whom? According to Eugene Warming. So how many plant communities are there, Nana? 3 plant communities are there according to Eugene Warming. Hydrophytes, mesophytes, xerophytes. Let us discuss what is hydrophyte, how many types, what are the morphological characters, what are the anatomical characters. See, first one we will discuss about now, hydrophytes. See, Nana, hydrophytes. What are hydrophytes? Plants grows in water or in water condition. Grows in water or in water condition, known as hydrophytes or aquatic plants. They are classified into 5 groups based on their structure and their growing. Based on the hydrophytes structure, there are 5 types of hydrophytes are there, Nana. What were they? Free floating hydrophytes, first one. Second one, rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. Third one, submerged and suspended hydrophytes. Fourth one, submerged and rooted hydrophytes. Fifth one, amphibious roots or amphibious plants. Amphibious plants or amphibious roots. Sorry, amphibious plants. Okay, now we will discuss about one by one of hydrophytes types. First one, free floating hydrophytes. What are free floating hydrophytes? Plants are floating freely on water surface without attached to base. What is that, Nana? The plants are floating on freely on water surface. For example, imagine this is a water pond. This is the water. Yes. In this water, the plants are grows on water surface freely. But the roots are not attaching with the base. The roots are not attaching with the base. Means substratum. Is substratum के attach काउना leaves roots anatomy. The roots are not attaching with the substratum or base or soil in the pond or in the water. Those are known as free floating hydrophytes. Example, Pistia, Lemna, Salvinia, or Icornia. Yes, this is about free floating hydrophytes. See, Nana, these are freely floating on the water surface, but the roots are not attaching with the substratum, not attaching with the base, the water, known as free floating hydrophytes. What are the examples? Pistia, Lemna, Salvinia. Pistia, Lemna, and Salvinia. So this is about free floating hydrophytes. Second one, rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. Rooted hydrophytes means the roots are attached with the base and leaf lamina floats on water surface due to high length of petiole. Yes, Sinana, here we are seeing, yes, this is about picture of Nympia. In this one is the leaf lamina clearly present on the surface of water, but the roots are attached with the base because of the high length of petiole. It has high length of petiole. Due to the high length of petiole, the roots are attached with the base. Due to the high length of petiole, the leaves are present on the surface of water. For example, imagine this is the water, these are the leaves, but the roots are attaching with the substratum, means to the soil, known as rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. Rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. So what are the examples? Nympia and Victoria regia. Victoria regia. Commonly, the floating leaves has large in size. Yes, the Victoria regia has one specialty, that is the largest leaf in the world. The Victoria regia has largest leaf in the world. Okay, it has one specialty. Yes, this is important for your GK. Yes, Victoria regia. Rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves means what, Nana? The leaves are floated on the surface of water, but the roots are attached with the substratum. That is rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. Third one, submerged suspended hydrophytes. Submerged suspended hydrophytes means, see, Nana, this is water. This is water. This is water. So in this water, here, yes. See, what is the submerged suspended hydrophytes means? These plants are completely submerged in water. Submerged means munigodam, munigi untayi annamata. These plants are completely submerged in water, but not attached with the base. Roots are hanging in the air, in the water. Sorry. Yes, these are plants present in water, middle of the water, not floating, not rooted. They are present in middle of the water. The roots are hanging in the water, not attached with the base. The leaves are not floating in the leaf on the surface of the water. That is why submerged suspended hydrophytes. These plants are completely submerged in water, but not attached with the base. Roots are hanging in water. Completely submerged in water. The roots are not attached with the base. Example, hydrilla. This is a hydrilla and Utricularia. So can anyone listen the word Utricularia? You know what about Utricularia? What is the specialty of Utricularia? Anyone? Yes, Utricularia is one of the insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants. So Utricularia. And Sinana, fourth one, submerged rooted hydrophytes. What is submerged rooted hydrophytes? Plants submerged in water and roots are attached with the base soil. Yes, which means the plants are present in the inside the water, but roots are attaching with the soil or base. Simple. This is about Vallisneria. Vallisneria is the best example for submerged rooted hydrophyte. And what is the difference between the submerged suspended hydrophyte? In submerged suspended hydrophytes, the plants are present inside the water, but roots are not attaching with the substratum. Okay, that is hydrilla reticularia. Submerged rooted hydrophytes means the roots are attached with the soil. The roots are attached with the soil. Leaves are present in the water. That is submerged. Those are submerged rooted hydrophytes. Example, Vallisneria. And amphibious plants. Plants grow partly in water and partly in aerial. They are not total in water, not total in outside. Partly in water, partly in aerial. That is why amphibious plant. Example, Sagittaria and Limnophila and Typa and Limnophila. These are the examples for amphibious plants. Students, most important this one in 4 marks purpose in annual examination. Hydrophytes. See, how many types of hydrophytes, Nana? 5 types of hydrophytes are there. So what are hydrophytes? Plants grows in water or in water condition. Area is known as hydrophytes. They are classified into 5 groups. Free floating hydrophytes, rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves, submerged suspended hydrophytes, submerged rooted hydrophytes, amphibious roots. This is about the information of different types of hydrophytes with diagrams. Okay, Nana? And most important in 4 marks. And now we will discuss about what are the morphological characters of hydrophytes. Morphological characters means how the root, stem, leaves are present in hydrophytes. We'll discuss about now morphological characters of hydrophytes. Hydrophytes means totally in water. That is why roots are absent or reduced, because those are totally present in water. That is the reason. Because what is the function of root? Absorption of water. There is no need of root because the hydrophytes are already present in water. That is the reason. Submerged leaves are act as a roots. Submerged leaves means the leaves present inside of the water act as roots. Means the leaves are absorbing the water from the water bodies. Whereas root caps are absent. Students, you already seen in morphology. See, if you observe the root structure, it has 3 regions. Region of meristematic, region of elongation, region of maturation. The region of meristematic covered by one cap-like structure, one flap, one protective structure. That structure is known as root cap. We know that roots are absent. That is why automatically root caps are also absent in hydrophytes. But in some amphibious plants, roots are well developed. You know that amphibious plants means Typa, Sagittaria, and Limnophila, because they are partly in water, they are partly in land or in aerial. Sometimes they are grown in water, sometimes they are grown in as aerial. That is why when they are present in aerial, they has roots. Root caps also present. In some plants, instead of the root caps, root packets are present. Root packets. See, Nana, so when we observe the pistia and Eichhornia, we observe the root tip, which has one packet-like structure. That packet-like structure is called as root packets. See, he clearly mentioned about root packet. In some plants, instead of the root packets are present, Nana. Okay. If roots are present, they are fibrous roots reduced. They are fibrous roots, means fibrous like structure like this. They are in fibrous in nature. We know that you already seen in morphology. What about fibrous? What about tap? What about adventitious? So if roots are present, they are fibrous and reduced, unbranched. Unbranched means the roots does not differentiated into branches, does not divided into branches. Stem is long and smooth. Stem is long and smooth. Leaves are long, looks like a ribbon shape. They are in ribbon shape. Thin. And in some plants, splitted leaves are present. Leaves are splitting. Leaves are splitting, means dividing, means breaking in manner. Splitted leaves. Floating leaves are very large. The best example, Victoria Regia and Nympia. If you observe the Nympia leaves and Victoria Regia leaves, they has large leaves because they are in floating manner on the surface of water. He mentioned about floating leaves are very large and flattened and covered by the waxy coated. See, Nana, if we observe the Nympia leaves, due to the presence of the wax on the leaves, the water stay on the leaves. The water stay constant on the leaves as like same oil droplets. Because due to the presence of the waxy coated on in the leaves. So these are about morphological characters of hydrophytes. Okay, Nana, this is about morphological characters. So what about morphological characters? In morphological characters, we discussed about root, leaf, stem, root. What about root? Roots are absent and reduced. Root caps absent. In some amphibious plants, roots well developed. Root caps are present. In some plants, instead of the root caps, root packets are present. If roots are present, they are fibrous. This is about root information in hydrophytes. Leaves. Leaves are long, ribbon-shaped, thin, or splitted leaves are present in some plants. The floating leaves are very large. Floating leaves are very large and flattened, waxy coated. This is about leaf information. Stem. Stem is long and smooth. Stem is long and smooth. So this is about morphological characters, important in 4 marks. Okay. Now, anatomical characters of hydrophytes. Anatomical characters means how the hydrophytes designed inside of the pots. See, first, in submerged pots, cuticle absent. Cuticle. What is cuticle? See, Nana, cuticle means generally in some plants, epidermis covered by the one cutinized layer like this. This is called a cuticle. The function of cuticle is to avoid the transpiration, to check the transpiration process, especially in xerophytes. There is no need of transpiration in hydrophytes because they are already present in water. That is the reason. S, the cuticle is absent because there is no transpiration. That is why there is no work of cuticle. That is why cuticle absent. And in aerial pods, the cuticle is present. In aerial pods. The pods present in aerially, especially in amphibious plants. Amphibious plants, sometimes they are grown in water, sometimes they are grown in aerial. That is why when they are present in aerial, they have the cuticle surrounding to epidermis. Epidermal cell has thin cell wall and observed they has chloroplast. Epidermal cells means yes, the outer layer of the pot. The outer layer of the pot is known as epidermis. These are epidermis. This epidermal cells has a thin cell wall. The cell wall is very thin and they absorb the water and the food material. They has chloroplast inside of this cell wall. Inside of the cell, inside of the epidermal cell has chloroplast. That is why they perform photosynthesis. In submerged plants, stomata present. In submerged plants, stomata absent. Sorry, are not present, absent. In submerged plants, stomata absent. So stomata absent because what is the function of the stomata? Gases exchange. So due to the absence of the stomata, the gases exchange takes place with the diffusion process. The diffusion means based on the concentration gradient. Based on the concentration gradient, the gases exchange takes place in the submerged plants due to the absence of the stomata. The plants which are floating means the floating leaves has epistomatas. Epistomatas means what, Nana? Simple. The stomata means upper epidermis, lower epidermis. In these two. So you already seen in anatomy or in 10th class the TS of leaf, which consists of two epidermis, the upper epidermis and lower epidermis. Okay. If the stomatas are present in upper epidermis, known as epistomatas. The stomatas are present in lower epidermis, known as hypostomatas. But in hydrophytes, which type of stomatas are present, Anna? Epistomatas are present because the stomata present in upper epidermis. Okay, floating leaves. And parenchyma is present. Parenchyma is present. So parenchyma means the leaves has air bubbles. Parenchymas. The parenchyma filled by the air. Due to the presence of the parenchyma, the plant parts are floats on the surface of the water. That is known as buoyancy. This phenomenon is known as buoyancy. Buoyancy means what? Buoyancy means what? Due to the presence of the parenchyma, the plant parts are floats on the surface of water. So that is known as buoyancy. And also parenchyma is responsible for the gases exchange. What is the essentiality of the parenchyma in the leaves? So essential for the buoyancy which helps for floating on the surface of water. Buoyancy means which helps for floating on the surface of water. Gas exchange for photosynthesis and respiration done by parenchyma. So mechanical tissue, sclerenchyma is reduced and xylem is reduced. Why the xylem is reduced? Important point, Nana. This is a very important point. Why the xylem is reduced in the hydrophytes? Most important point this is. We know that the xylem function is absorption of water or transportation of water. We know that. What is the function of xylem? Transportation of water. Transportation of water. Okay, H2O. So all body parts of hydrophytes present inside of the water. All body parts of hydrophytes exposed to the water in hydrophytes. That is why there is no need of xylem. Because all body parts of hydrophytes has capability absorption of water. That is why there is no need of xylem. There is no need of xylem in hydrophytes. So this is anatomical characters of hydrophytes, important in 4 marks. This is also very important in 4 marks, Nana. Most important. Okay, okay, students. All of you take assignment today's class. So all of you take assignments. The define population and community. Name the type of land plants that can tolerate the salinities of sea. Define communities. Who classified communities into 3 groups? What are hydrophytes? Briefly discuss the different types of hydrophytes with example. Enumerate the morphological characters of hydrophytes. Enumerate the morphological characters of hydrophytes. Okay, students. So take this assignment, write well, and forward to your concerned lecturer, and don't delay. Most important questions these are. So this is about today's class. What we learned today class, Nana? In today's class, we discussed about definitions of organism, population, community, and biomes, and introduction of ecology, and halophytes, heliophytes, zeophytes, types and examples, and plant communities. In this class, we discussed about only hydrophytes. So in hydrophytes, first we discussed about types of hydrophytes. We learned about types of hydrophytes in today's class. So there are 5 types. We know that: free floating hydrophytes, rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves, and with I also given examples, and submerged suspended hydrophytes, submerged rooted hydrophytes, and amphibious plants. And morphological characters of hydrophytes. So morphological characters of hydrophytes and anatomical characters of hydrophytes. Okay, this is the information we learned in today's class. We learned only about hydrophytes. We'll discuss about mesophytes and xerophytes in next class. There is no information about mesophytes in this unit because mesophytes information given in 5th chapter, that is morphology of flowering plants, and 13th chapter. What is the 13th chapter, Nana? Histology and anatomy undi kada, that is the 13th chapter. Morphological characters present given in 5th chapter, anatomical characters given in 13th chapter. That is why he did not given any information about mesophytes in plant ecology. So directly we will go to xerophytes information. So in next class, we'll discuss about xerophytes in next class. Okay, students, this is today's class. Okay, all of you take assignments and forward to your lecturers. Okay, all of you, bye.
Completed, sir?
Complete, sir.